of you that are watching or listening to this conversation, we're scratching the surface of the different tactics and strategies that both Adam and Herman are providing for pricing your products and your services in inflationary times. One final topic I did want to ask, and Adam, I'll pick on you first. You have one whole chapter that's devoted towards innovative pricing systems, and you talk about dynamic pricing and multi-dimensional pricing systems. And I'm curious can you, among others, so for you watching or listening, you can explore some of the other innovative pricing strategies that Herman and Adam recommend. But just to give you a little taste of it, for you, the listener or the watcher, Adam, tell us a little bit about what dynamic pricing is and what multidimensional pricing is, and who, what, and where. Why would I want to consider either one of those tactics?
Yeah. So most people are familiar with dynamic pricing from airplanes and hotel rooms, right? It looks at sort of a fixed amount of capacity and then adjusts the price in real time. And if I log on next week, my flight to New York might be different than my flight today. So there are industries where I think everyone broadly accepts dynamic pricing and understands how it works. What we're seeing as a result of the scarcity and some of the supply shocks that were happening, let's say you're an industrial company, right? And suddenly you have demand for 13,000 units, but you can only make 10. So what we're starting to see, you wouldn't just go dynamic on all of your units and just make it a free-for-all in a bidding war. That would have kind of some negative backlash to you and your long-term relationships, which is one reason we haven't seen this in industrial businesses historically, is that long buying memory. But what we are seeing now is, you take your key accounts, set them aside, you take a lot of mid accounts, set them aside, and what's left is a long tail of smaller accounts who are demanding 5,000 or 6,000 units, and you can only serve them with 2. And maybe there you're starting to realize that the only fair treatment would be something that's a dynamic bid system to clear that last set of units.
I see.
Otherwise, how would you decide? Oh, well, you were the first one to ask, or this salesperson knows you better. And so you get an allocation problem that manifests itself in the last few years of inflation. And we're seeing those systems getting built out in new places. We often joke that when the tourist industry stopped during COVID, all those people who do dynamic pricing for airlines and hotels, they didn't go away. They just went and applied their skills to other businesses. So we're betting that inflation is going to cause a blossoming of dynamic systems and some of these innovative pricing models into new markets and segments as we get through it, and this sort of sets into more of a permanent high inflation environment.
Got it.